All right, this is going to be your second lesson on how to make coffee. Today we're going to go over how to make a cortana, a cafe au lait, and a macchiato, as well as hot tea, which is pretty simple. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that cortana. Now, cortana is going to be really similar to a macchiato. It's just going to use steamed milk in place of milk foam. So we're using the same size cup. Here you can see me switch from the double portafilter, which is going to have more water and espresso flow through it, to a single portafilter. And I'm doing that because that gives me more control over the water flow to pull a more accurate shot, and because this is a small cup, and that'll make sure I don't have any running over the sides. Then I just grind my beans. It's preset for me, so I just let it fill, and then I'm going to go ahead and tamp. Brief reminder on how to tamp. You're going to use the pressure in your palm to push that tamper down, and the sides of your fingers to make sure it's even all the way around. Tap off any excess and you're good to go. So now we're going to go ahead and pull our shot, which is, like the other drinks, the base of our cortana. And we're going to go ahead and keep pulling until we get that nice cream color, and that's going to be our indicator to shut that machine off. Now that we have our espresso shot, we're going to go ahead and steam our milk. Remember, with this, you want steamed milk, not milk foam. So you're going to keep that wand lower in the milk. You don't want it touching the bottom, because then you're going to get a sound called screaming, but you don't want it too close towards the top. So just kind of keep it in that bottom quarter of that milk. You can kind of wiggle it around a little bit, but you'll start to hear a ch sound if you start creating milk foam. So that'll be your indicator to lower your wand. And then, of course, always wipe it with your wet rag and purge it. That keeps the machine from breaking. So now we're just going to take our milk foam, go ahead and add it to our espresso, and that is going to be how we make a cortana. Next up, we're going to go ahead and move on to an americano. Americanos are really simple. Just like the other drinks, the base of an americano is an espresso shot. It's going to be really similar to drip coffee, except it's going to be a lot longer. So you're just going to take that espresso and add hot water to it to dilute it down. You can ask if they'd like it to be served with milk or sugar on the side, the same way you would for drip coffee, as it is pretty similar. It's just going to be a lot stronger and have a much more intense flavor profile. Speaking of drip coffee, here's how we make it. We're going to go to our grinder in the back. This has different beans and different grinding settings. So this is the grinder we use for drip. You're going to use that lever to kind of pinch the side of that cup. That's going to hold it up for you. And then the button on the side is what's going to turn on that grinder, start grinding your beans. You want to grind a good amount, and then take one of those filters, put it inside that little filter basin from the brew machine. We're going to carry it to the back where we're going to weigh it. So we're going to put it on the scale, and then we're going to hit the on-off button, because that also tars it, so it cancels out the weight of the metal in the filter. And then we're going to add 120 grams of ground beans. So once you get it to 120, you can take it, put it back in the machine, tap the screen once, and then you're going to select the arrow pointing to the side that you want. So the one to the left is going to brew on the left, the one to the right is going to brew on the right. Hold it down until the screen changes, and then it's going to brew in 5 minutes. Once it's ready, you can go ahead and pour that cup of coffee. Now, if you were going to make a cafe au lait, you're going to use drip coffee in place of espresso. And other than that, it's going to be pretty similar to a latte. So you're going to pour a little drip coffee in there, and then you're going to go back to your steam wand. You're going to steam up some milk. Remember, for a latte, we want mostly steamed milk, and a little bit of milk foam is okay. So we're going to go ahead and steam our milk up. If you ever do get too much milk, it's okay to dump some out and then keep steaming if it's stretching too much. And then, of course, always clean the wand with your wet rag and purge the wand so the machine doesn't get clogged. Great. Now we're just going to add our steamed milk directly to our drip coffee, and that's going to be how you make cafe au lait. The last thing we have to learn is how to make hot tea. Hot tea is pretty simple. You're just going to put the tea bag in the cup, which we keep under here. We have our backstock, and then a couple of each flavor in this little tin. Once you put it in the cup, you're going to add your hot water, and then you're going to let it steep. So you're going to let it sit there on the counter for 5 minutes. Set a timer. After that, you can go ahead, throw the tea bag away, and serve.